Okay, so we're going over the hose bibs. If you don't have an anti-siphon device on your hose bibs, and you have the old school hose bib that just sticks out of your wall like this, you can make it up to code by buying an anti-vacuum breaker. You will thread this onto your hose bib. Make sure the screw's all the way out of the way, because it has that screw there to help lock it in place. You'll see some videos out there that tells you to put Teflon tape on the garden hose thread. You do not have to. So you would tighten that up to the point where this little set screw off to the side here, once you get it tightened up, you'll tighten down the screw here. Do not over tighten this screw, because if you ever have to change this, it is a bugger.
Yeah.
To get that little tiny screw out, because a lot of people tighten them so tight they snap the screw off and leave that on there permanently.
So some jurisdictions, like I know in Arizona, they have some of these that are breakaway, and they require you to break them off and keep
Yes.
them on there permanently.
Yes, they do.
But not here in Utah.
Not here in Utah.
Yeah.
So, and some places back east do the same thing like we do here.
Yeah.
You don't have to break those off, because they know once you break those off, you're gonna
Then-
have to drill that screw out.
Yeah, which is a joke. You
And
don't want to
because
do
these
that.
do go bad.
Okay.
But, and I've seen videos where people have actually put Teflon tape on this thread here. And inside your vacuum breaker, you already have a rubber garden hose
Gasket.
gasket inside there.
Yeah.
So if you thread this onto your hose bib, your old hose bib, tighten down your screw, you're now up to code. Has an anti-siphon device on it.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna make a video here too.
Okay?
And alright guys, we are over with Lance at M1 Plumbing. And right now, hold on. Right now we are talking all things hose bib. So, Lance, we got quite a few different hose bibs here. Model 17.
Yes.
What would you call this one?
That's just a standard generic hose bib. I call this an American brass
Okay.
or arrowhead brass. This one's made here in the US. There are a lot of cheap import ones out there.
Yeah.
This is just a standard regular hose bib that you see on a lot of old homes that have galvanized pipes threading in. You thread this onto a piece of galvanized pipe.
And this guy can be rebuilt if
Yes.
needed.
This has a bib washer down inside there. If you were to look down inside there, there's a screw with a bib washer.
Okay. Perfect.
So it still has the same concept as a stem like you have on all your old school faucets, where it has a screw that holds a bib washer in place.
Okay.
Which
And then you can just take this screw out,
Change
replace
the-
this,
replace the washer,
put it all back in.
put it all back together, and thread it back into your hose bib. And it'll last you a while, unless your hose bib, the seat inside the hose bib is bad. Then you have to replace the whole unit.
Which only really happens, correct me if I'm wrong, but the only time I see that happen is when you've had a leak and you've ignored it
Yes.
for a prolonged period of time,
Yes.
right? Because it's not bad enough, or you'll get to it later, and then it's gonna wear a hole in the brass, like I'm sure they probably have. Where'd those seats go? Sometimes we have these seats. But some of this brass has been worn all the way through, like that one,
So, like, on
because
this,
it was ignored.
this valve body design, like for price fister, we'll just use as an example. Down inside there is a seat. The washer sits against the seat. So if this seat is bad, you replace it. But this is on a shell.
Yep.
On a hose bib, it is machined into the body.
Okay.
So once
So you
it
can't
goes
replace
back,
the seat. You could dress the seat.
you can grind
Maybe.
it down, put maybe a bevel bib washer on there that gives you a little bit more rubber to chew up, which
Yep.
we see a lot.
Okay.
Um,
And dressing the seat is, you have a little file, circle file,
Yep.
and you just kind of rub it
seat
on that.
dressers. Yeah, we sold them here at the shop.
Yep, and you can dress the seat or file the seat down, if it's not too deep. But if you've ignored it for a whole year, and then you want the plumber to come in and fix it, or if you want to come over to M1 and buy just a bevel, you might not be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might last you maybe during the winter, but then come spring, you definitely gotta change it.
Yeah.
That means open up the ceiling where it was at, taking it out. Then I would, if you're gonna do that, I would put in a model 17, 19, one that has an anti-sandpaper.
Or one of those cool 27s.
Oh, yeah. I would go with this more than I would that.
Yeah. And why would you go with the Model 27 over the model?
Model for 17 and 19.
Yep.
Because it has a better auto drain system, because with these holes inside of the valve body here, it drains all the water out of the pipe once you shut it off. So when you get down to the bottom here, you'll hear that noise. That means the rubber is tightening up inside the valve body here, and then when it does that, all the water drains out of these weep holes.
Perfect. So you can't freeze.
Yes.
And that's why I like it on all sorts of stuff.
Almost all your houses now they should have one like this. They are more expensive to buy than the
Standard one.
standard ones. But if you're gonna replace your hose bib, I would go with the Woodford brand more than I would go with any other brand out there.
Yeah.
Because Woodford is easier to find parts for.
They sell whole
And they're
rebuilt
made,
kits.
and they are made here in the US.
Yeah.
They're not made overseas. And they're good quality. They have a stainless steel seat in the back where they work, and they still make parts for the original design of Model 12, which has been around for probably 85 years. And they're still making parts for it.
So that seat back there, it's hard to kind of tell, but that seat back there actually has stainless steel on it. So it will never break on that seat. So if you left this running too long, you got a really good chance of rebuilding it. Unlike something that is complete brass like this,
Yes.
because that is machined into the brass. Okay. All right. What else should we go over today?
Oh, we can go over, I know you were talking about those.
Yeah, let's talk about the handles. Okay.
So we're gonna talk about handles. We've actually designed the little stop wrench tool that you use to turn the shutoffs underneath your seat. We redesigned it. They were made about 20 years ago, then the company went out of business. We found one of our old ones and redesigned it. And we came to find out it works on a Woodford hydrant. So we redesigned it. The only thing is, you gotta get a longer bib screw, or a handle screw that holds it in place. And this lever handle is nice for people that are older folks that can't turn their hydrant as well. So basically it goes right onto the handle itself. Put that on there, get a longer screw, and their screw thread is a 10/32 screw.
Okay.
So you
So
have
very
to get,
common.
yeah, you have to get at least a 2.5 to 3 inch 10/32 screw.
Okay.
It's not a
And you just-
10/24 or 8/32, it's a 10/32.
Okay.
Then you put that on there, tighten it down, now you have a lever handle for your standard Woodford hydrants.
So rather than having to try to crank it,
Twist those big handles, you now have a hydrant.
which
that
a
will
lot of
actually-
elderly people can't do.
Yeah, so.
Now you got a big
it
old
moves
handle
it
on
back and forth on you.
it. So that they can water their plants and be just a little bit more independent.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot more independent.
And cool thing is, we also engraved our names on them too, but, we saw a lot of them to just plumbers to walk into a house and they gotta shut the water off underneath the sink.
Yep.
They have those old stops that have those oval handles.
Yeah.
And so you put this on there and it gives you a lot better leverage to
Yeah.
turn that handle off.
So they're multi-purpose.
Yes. So with that, this design, we had multiple designs with it. That's why it has this like flower shape on there to fit the oval handles.
Okay.
Then we've done some other designs. The newer design doesn't have this set up, it now has square, 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 and then a hex.
Okay.
It fits our Delta tool, single lever tool,
Okay.
pulls out the Delta monitor cartridges.
Oh, yeah.
And the two-handle cartridges for Delta, Mullen, widespreads.
Yeah.
Delta widespreads, any Delta cartridges that have a nut, or a Mullen cartridge that has a nut on it. Cause you know how deep those Mullen widespread
Yeah.
faucets are.
Yep.
They're down there deep. And so we have a short section, you put it on there, has a big long, ONA tool puller.
Yep.
Use
Yeah.
that tool, pull it out. I could go back and.
I have one of those.
Yeah, we redesigned it to work with that. Actually, let me go grab that real quick.
Okay. Sorry, we keep having